What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Dragonflight gold making video. So this is going to be a bit different than my usual types of videos, and we're talking about items you can buy right now in Dragonflight, and you can potentially make a lot of gold by buying them now and selling them at a later point. So these can be basically Dragonflight investments, and the more gold you have, the more gold you can potentially make as well, but some of these items are very cheap right now, so even if you don't have hundreds of thousands of gold, if you just have a couple thousand left over that you can put into some items, well, the potential upsides here are huge, and I'll be talking about why right now might be the best time to buy them. But even if you're watching this video in a couple of months from now, it might be time for you to start looking at some of these items and consider buying them right now. The reality is that as we get further into the expansion, and when next expansion comes out as well, the supply for these items and materials will be going down drastically, and the demand will be somewhat constant. So but let's just take a look at it, shall we? Actually, before we take a look at it, we have to thank today's sponsor, myself, and I've made and published my own Dragonflight Goldmaking Guide, which is linked down below, and if you haven't checked it out yet, it's basically a very long document for gold making, 170 pages to be exact, and it covers gold making, gold farming, auction house strategies, and pretty much everything you want to know when it comes to making gold or farming gold, with or without professions, single player, group gold farms, and so on. Trying to uncover everything that you might want to know about gold making and help you make as much gold as possible in Dragonflight. So if you want to check it out, the link will be down below, and when you purchase this guide you will also get every single update for free sent to you to your email, and you also get access to a private Discord server where you get early access to videos and exclusive videos as well. Right now, but because patch 10.0.5 has just come out, we also have an extra document for white and grey items that I'm personally looking to farm and also buy and resell to make a profit, basically the most lucrative and most high sell rate based white and grey items. We have a document for those in that private Discord server, which you get access to when you buy the guide. The link is down below and you can check it out, and if you want to purchase it, you can get 50% off or half price by using the code Solheim. With that being said, let's take a look at some of the items that I would recommend looking at the price of at least, and the prices will be different from server to server. So if you're playing on a very high populated server, the prices for you might be way different than they are for me. So today we're taking a look at some cosmetic, weapons and armor. So for example, I have one in my bags right here called the Tearhold Short Sword. And we have a bunch of these cosmetics that can be dropped from Dragonflight through various activities. Some of them can drop from rares in the open world, some can drop from elites or normal mobs as well in the open world, and some of them you get from doing your weekly activities, for example, where you open a box, and you can sometimes get these cosmetics from those boxes. So let's take a look at a couple of them. If you go to armor, for example, you can go to armor, then you can go to miscellaneous. You don't want to go to cosmetic, because if you go to cosmetic, you will basically get all the other types of cosmetics. You don't get the Dragonflight ones, but if you go to miscellaneous, then you filter it out, and you go to poor, you just want to have the rare ones, so rare on miscellaneous, and then you target it by item level. So make sure that the lowest item level shows up first, and this way you will now see all the different cosmetic items on your server. So for example, you can see that Tearhold Drape for me is selling for 29 gold, and there's quite a few of them available for this price. That means that this one is a very high supply item and might not be worth the most to look into, but then again it's super cheap, so if you have a guild bank where you can store them, it might be worth just grabbing them right now, because you can sell them for a lot more later down the line. And the more the more available they are and the higher the supply is, the lower the price will be. So you have this one as well, for example, the Primal Revenant's Ice Wall, and here we have 11 of them available, or 7 of them available, and they're all selling for 45 gold. And you can see they have a kind of unique appearance as well. The Tearhold Drape as well, it's a Tearhold Drape. You have this one, which is a very cool looking shield actually, no idea why it's this cheap. And then we have this one, which is an offhand, and that's selling for 150 gold. The Bulwark right here, selling for 150 gold, and you can see the appearance is actually super cool. I just don't think too many people know about how to search up these items, and also not too many people are buying them right now, but that might change later down the line. And right now I just think the supply of these items are on an all-time high. Like, a lot of people are playing Dragonflight right now, and also It's basically the perfect storm. A lot of people are playing, but also a lot of people have stopped playing. So prices are going down, like markets are crashing, people are still doing their basic daily activities, and when people get a item like this, they just throw it up on the auction house, regardless of the current price, which means that a lot of these ones are super cheap to buy right now. The tier hold relic looks super cool and is selling for 3.5k on my server, and you have the Brackenhide and Nola Guard, a very cool looking shield to be honest, which is selling for 5.5, and then we have two of them selling for 30 and 35k. I don't really know why this one and this one is selling for that much, but hey, there we go. So those two right there as well, but you can basically take a look at them if you're using TSM. You can see the price on your server and compare that against the region market value average, and then you can make an informed decision on if you want to buy them or not. Now you have the same types of investments for weapons as well, so for those of you who are still watching this video, the one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, and the ranged weapons. So for armors you had to go to miscellaneous and then type it in, but if you go to weapons and miscellaneous, nothing will show up for you. You have to specify what type of weapon you are looking for. So for example, you can go into ranged weapons right here, then you can filter it by both rares and item levels. So you can for example only go for the rare ones, because every single cosmetic from Dragonflight will be a rare cosmetic, and then you filter it so the lowest item level shows up first, because all of them are item level 1. Now you will have the tier hold carbon right here, you have the Tuskar Angler's crossbow right here, you have the Brackenhide hollow barb slinger right here as well, and you have the no hood hunter bow. This one is actually super cool if you ask me. Then you have some two-handed weapons right here as well, where you have quite a few of them actually, and just to take a quick look at what some of them looks like, just in case some of them are super cool, you basically just have some two-handed weapons you can buy, and once again the same kind of thing applies here as well, that you just want to take a look at their price on your survey and compare that to the current region market value, so you can see what they're selling for on a region-wide auction house and compare that to your server. If it's very cheap on your server but the region prices are way higher, it might definitely be worth investing into them. Like this one for example for me is selling for 50,000 gold on my server but only has a 5k price on like the region-wide basis. So this one for me I'm definitely not gonna buy for 50k, and the same thing goes for this one as well, selling for 50k but has a region-wide price of way less. Okay, you have the same thing for one-handeds as well, and here there's one thing that I want to mention. Like first of all, you have quite a few cheap items, so just take a look at them and see which ones you think are worth buying. But over here you also have something called the Primal Revenant's Frostblade, Breeze Blade, and Earth Blade, and I think that's all the blades you can get from the primals, but these are basically gotten from the primal storms, and they look super cool, but I would not personally buy them right now, because primal storms, like the ones we have right now, came out with patch 10.0.5, so these primal blades are still like very new, and the prices, like if something is new, the price is going to be high, and the prices will go down as time goes on, and more and more people get these items and throw them up on the auction house. So these ones I suspect will be going down in price, but everything else I'm actually suspecting will go up in price. And even these, if you go back to the Primal Revenant's blades in like a month or two from now, they're probably going to be very cheap, and you can get some very cheap, cool looking transmog items. And I actually think these ones look super cool, so people can actually go back in like 1 or 2 expansions and want to buy these appearances, and because they have pretty cool appearances with like it has a flame type of effect without an enchant, which I personally think is super cool. You have the Breeze Blade as well, for example, this one, which I think is even cooler. So the Breeze Blade could be worth looking into as well, selling for actually 12k on the region market value average, and also 4.6k on the region sale average. And you have the Earth Blade as well, which looks pretty much just like the other one. So they look very, very similar. Either way, you can check these out. You have both the weapons and you also have the armor pieces that I personally think is going to be it's going to be the best time to buy them right now, because a lot of people are playing the game, the markets have been crashing, and therefore the prices are basically going to be at an all-time low, and as more and more people start investing into them, the prices will naturally go up a little bit, and then when the expansion is over, the supply will basically dry out, nobody's going to get them anymore, and if demand goes up, or just if people just keep buying out the current stock, the prices will naturally increase with time. So if you want to invest your gold into some of the Dragonflight items we have right now that are going to keep their value for a long time, well, here you go. Hopefully this video helps you make some gold throughout the next couple of months, weeks, years, expansions. If you want to take a risk, let me know which items you're buying in the comment section down below. I'll be trying to buy some of the cheap ones myself, probably going more into weapons than anything else. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you're investing into them. If you enjoyed the video, consider dropping a like and also subscribe to the channel for more Dragonflight content. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.